Just ahead on retirement results, a new study reveals the top concerns of American retirees today. We'll tell you what they are and share some solutions to those issues. Plus, don't just hang in there when it comes to planning for your golden years. We'll talk about how you can take action to improve your portfolio. And we'll bust some more financial myths in this week's edition of our financial game show, Right or Wrong. Don't go anywhere. Retirement Results starts right now. Welcome once again to Retirement Results. I'm Matt McClure here alongside Ford Stokes, our Chief Financial Advisor and the CEO and founder of Active Wealth Management. Ford, we are going to again this week tell our viewers how they can protect and grow their wealth. And we got a lot of ground to cover. You ready for it?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. We're going to do so as well with some words of inspiration.
Here's our financial wisdom quote of the week.
As we start off from a very successful business person this time around, somebody you might have heard of once or twice in your life, Elon Musk, who said this one time, quote, "I think that's the single best piece of advice, constantly thinking about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself." You know, I think if you don't do that, you're not learning and growing. So yeah, take that advice, definitely.
Same thing for, retirement planning. If you don't get that second opinion on your current financial plan, if you don't know what your expense ratio is as an example, or you don't know what risks you're taking as measured by standard deviation, or you don't know what the correlation of your assets are, if you don't have a retirement income plan, if you haven't taken steps to maximize your Social Security income, you really should reach out to us just by visiting retirementresults.com and click that schedule a consult button in the upper right corner, or just call the phone number on the screen.
Yeah, you can also scan the QR code on your screen as well. You see it right there. Just take out your phone, open up the camera app, and then just point it right at the screen. In a couple of seconds, a little link will come up. Tap on that. It'll take you directly to our website. And you can get started down the path to finding your retirement results and getting that from us via a free consultation. That's how it all begins. Mm-hmm. So take that first step right now and do that, okay? We much appreciate it. Well, today, as I said at the very top, we are taking a look at the top concerns of America's retirees. 3 concerns here that we're going to take a look at today, Ford. And this kind of all comes from a story that we saw not all that long ago, talking about some surveys compiled by Yahoo Finance. I took a look at a few different numbers here. The very first one that we're going to share with our viewers today is concern number 1, that 66% of respondents fear running out of money more than death itself. That's actually up from 59% in 2018. That's something that we have heard over and over again, and we've been telling our viewers about here on the show, but it's a number also that keeps going up.
Well, when we look at COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, you look at the market downturn in 2022, you look at social unrest and all the things that are going on, also what's going on at the border, all those things with political unrest, social unrest, and economic distress a little bit, there's no wonder that number went up.
Yeah.
There's a way that you can really understand in advance what your retirement looks like, and our viewers can get a retirement in advance, results in advance plan. All they've got to do is reach out to us at retirementresults.com.
Yeah, and this statistic actually goes across generations as well, because Gen Xers actually express the highest level of concern about running out of money, followed by baby boomers, who are the generation retiring right now, and then millennials. Gen Z is really actually the only generation that fear death more than running out of money. That kind of makes sense, I guess, for them.
Well, they have a lot more human capital left than all those other groups, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and also as we work, right, we lose human capital, lose the years that we're probably going to work in the future, but we should be building our wealth capital up. So we want to make sure we're doing a good job at protecting that wealth capital as we're losing human capital.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, number 2 concern here for retirees that we're going to share is the survey respondents there, 58% of them said that losing their independence is their top concern in retirement. You want to be independent. You've been independent your whole life. I remember when my dad started getting older and he had what particular form of dementia, and the doctor said, you can't drive anymore. That was like the most upsetting thing to him because he had always loved that freedom of being able to just get in his truck and drive, and he couldn't do that. So that is a big fear for a lot of people, understandably so.
Yeah, and you really need to plan for that eventuality if that happens. I mean, you may have a heart attack and die earlier, hopefully not. But chances are you're going to have some sort of healthcare that you're going to need to deal with, some sort of disease state or something that happens to you. And it would be nice if you had long-term care planning to go along with your retirement planning as well. And we can help with both of those.
Yeah, and we can do that through something like a long-term care insurance plan, or we can also do it through some other financial planning through some different vehicles that we use as well for a lot of our
Yeah, we have access to fixed index annuities that have what's called a home healthcare doubler. So if you can't meet 2 of 6 activities of daily living, like feeding yourself or bathing yourself or transporting yourself or whatever, then that home healthcare doubler kicks in and it doubles the amount of income you get from that fixed index annuity. It's a very attractive feature. What else is great about that, Matt? There's no medical reviews for that.
Yeah, that comes in handy quite a bit, I'm sure, for a lot of our viewers out there who might have some health concerns that they are concerned about right now as well. Well, before we take our first break of the show here, Ford, and then of course after that we're going to share our number 3 concern of America's retirees. I wanted to have our viewers take a look at the screen behind us here. You'll see the nice big Forbes logo. This is the Forbes Finance Council. I am actually very privileged to be sitting beside a man who is a member of the Forbes Finance Council for 2023 and now for 2024.
Yeah, I'm super proud of the fact and happy that Forbes asked me to be part of their Forbes Finance Council for a second year in a row. And I provide monthly articles. It's great. And then also I'm able to provide some advice on some expert panels regarding retirement, Roth conversion, and Social Security and a lot of other topics. And so check out Forbes.com and hopefully check out some of my stuff there. But we definitely want everybody to go ahead and visit retirementresults.com and reach out to us to book that free financial consultation with yourself or myself or Sam and licensed financial advisors. Also, I wanted to share our registered investment advisory firm, which is Brookstone Capital Management, has over $8.5 billion under management and total assets under management. So we're definitely large enough to handle our clients within our communities. We generally focus on Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. We're here to help just about anybody plan for that successful retirement.
And if you want help in planning for your successful retirement, we'd like to help you along that way. Just visit retirementresults.com, scan the QR code on the screen, or call the number you see there as well. Stick around, much more Retirement Results after this.
Okay.
Scan the QR code on the screen with your smartphone to visit retirementresults.com/plan. That's retirementresults.com/plan. Our team is standing by and ready to start building your successful retirement plan today.
Hello and welcome back once again to Retirement Results. I'm Matt McClure, licensed fiduciary financial advisor with Active Wealth Management. I am here with our CEO, our founder, our chief financial advisor here at Retirement Results and Active Wealth Management as well, Mr. Ford Stokes. I really enjoy doing this with you, of course, Ford, each and every week. And I think we've shared some gems with the folks at home so
No
far.
question.
Right now, what we're going to do is a little cost cutter action for our viewers. And that is, these are some tips. They're going to help make your money last. We talk a lot about, of course, retirement planning for the future. As you said in a previous episode, that to quote Ben Franklin, a penny saved is a penny earned. That is very true, and that's the premise of this cost cutter segment here today. And number one cost cutter tip that we have for our viewers right now is to downsize your home.
Yeah, it's a really good way to kind of reduce the maintenance cost of your home. If you've got that nagging last $100,000 of your mortgage and you want to get rid of that with the equity that you've built up in your home by selling and downsizing to a lower cost home, that's a good idea. But also just getting to a house that's more manageable for 2 people versus a house for 4 to 6 or 8 people, however large your family was. It's a really good idea. The other thing you can do is You can invest the difference between the downsized home equity and the new mortgage into some safe product, because if you've got stuff based in the bedrock of real estate with land and houses and things like that, you may want to consider investing some of that money where you know you can't lose it with something like a bond replacement strategy with fixed index annuities where your principal is 100% protected and you get income from it. Imagine if your home or the equity in your home could actually make you some income without having to rent.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's like.
Right.
So I would say a really good cost cutter idea is to downsize, reduce the maintenance cost of your home, eliminate the mortgage when you do that, and then also try to generate some sort of retirement income from the additional equity that you've generated once you sell that primary family home.
Yeah, great idea for folks to say, get a little bit older, all the kids and stuff have moved out, as you said, and it's just really a great idea to downsize and stop having to go up and down the stairs so much, if that's the case.
Or
If you
mow the lawn or whatever that looks like.
Yes, Lord knows that was one of the things my dad, when he was younger, was loved to do, and then as he got older, just couldn't do it anymore. And so that was a great thing. They didn't move; they just hired some guy to do the lawn.
Gotcha.
But another one of those tips there. If you've got a small house and a big yard, that could work for you.
Right.
Number 2 here, cost cutter tip, is continuing to invest. Recently said on one of our shows, to quote Warren Buffett, actually, it's, time in the market, not timing the market, that's really important. And continuing to invest to make sure that you aren't, trying to time the market, but continuing to invest over a long period of time is really paramount.
Well, when we see all the inflation that we've seen over the last several years, specifically over the last 2 years, the Social Security Administration has given an 8.7% cost of living adjustment and 3.2% cost of living adjustment. That's a whole lot of higher money being paid out by the Social Security Administration. And nobody thinks that the inflation rate is that low. In fact, John Williams with shadowstats.com, he's an economist with over 50 years experience, and he thinks that that real rate of inflation is closer to 14.2% per year. So if you just put money in a savings account, or you're leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars in your checking account because you're worried about the market and you don't want to take risks, there are other ways to do that. You can invest in a multi-year guaranteed annuity for like a 2 or 3 year MYGA, or you can invest in a fixed index annuity for 10 years, but generate income starting in year 2, beginning of year 2, right at the end of year 1, and start making income from it. You can also take up to 10% penalty-free withdrawal each year. So you have enough liquidity for some of those dollars. Mm-hmm. Just be careful, because you're losing purchasing power by not staying invested.
Yeah, there you go. And of course, folks, to explore any of those options and learn more about any of the things that Ford just mentioned, scan the QR code that's right there on your screen. You can also call that number that you see as well, or just go to retirementresults.com. Our number 3 tip here as a cost cutter is not one that I think, a lot of people might immediately say, oh, that sounds fun. But it's work longer. A lot of people, I keep mentioning my dad today. I guess I'm wearing the pin that was his. So I guess his spirit is with me today. But that was one thing that he couldn't sit around the house and do nothing. He had to get out and work as long as he could. And so that's a situation that you want to find yourself in, is working because you want to, not necessarily because you have to. We're talking about working longer, though, as kind of a cost cutter tip here. Why?
Yeah, it's a good idea if you can work a little bit longer, stretch those retirement assets a little bit more. Also get used to living on that budget, that fixed income, retirement income budget. If you want to do that, then go ahead and take like 25% savings into your 401k, your IRAs, and an investment account. For each year that you're continuing to work. But also you'll find that you'll spend less and you'll generate more assets if you just work that extra 6, 12, maybe even 24 months longer than you thought. And then you can still enjoy retirement, enjoy the travel, especially in your 60s and 70s, and still get there. But also, if you leave the workforce, get ready, because you're likely not going to be able to re-enter the workforce 2 or 3 years later and make the same kind of income you did before. So be very careful when you're going to pull that trigger to retire. Yeah.
And our last cost cutter tip here, as a matter of fact, is to seek financial advice. And people might say, well, how in the world is that a cost cutter tip? Because aren't I going to be paying like a bunch of fees or all this and that and the other? to have somebody, manage my assets for me. Not necessarily the case here.
No, that's right. Especially if you're coming from a 401k investment where your 401k is heavily laden down with mutual funds, where you've got 12B1 fees, A share fees, C share fees, and you've just got administrative fees. Believe it or not, your expense ratio is going to be probably between 0.8 and over 1%. Whereas our portfolios, we like to use exchange traded funds to implement our portfolios. So we try to keep our expense ratios down to like 0.15 or 0.17. So believe it or not, a lot of that difference in the expense ratio can go a long way towards paying for our fees, but you're going to perform a lot better and you'll get a lot more downside protection, more than likely working with a private wealth management firm.
Absolutely. And if that sounds like something that is interesting to you, if you want to actually save money by working with a licensed fiduciary financial advisor from Active Wealth Management like Ford or myself, or Sam Davis, who's about to join us here in just a moment, then just scan the QR code on your screen. Just use your phone to do that. Or you can call the number that's there on your screen, or just go to retirementresults.com. Stick around. We have another edition of our favorite financial game show, Right or Wrong, coming up right here on Retirement Results next. You hear us talk a lot about annuities on Retirement Results. Well, if you have questions, we know somebody who literally wrote the book on annuities. It's our own Chief Financial Advisor and CEO of Active Wealth Management, Ford Stokes. This is that book. It's called Annuity 360. Learn all you need to know about annuities. A lot of great information in there about different types of annuities and how they could be beneficial to you. To get your free copy autographed by Ford, all you have to do is go to annuity360.net. That's annuity360.net.
Scan the QR code on the screen with your smartphone to visit retirementresults.com/plan. That's retirementresults.com/plan. Our team is standing by and ready to start building your successful retirement plan today.
Hello and welcome back once again to Retirement Results. I'm Matt McClure here alongside Ford Stokes, and we've been talking about the top concerns of retirees today, and it's time to test your financial knowledge. We'll see how much you have been paying attention. Welcoming in our very own Sam Davis, who's also an advisor with Active Wealth Management. Welcome in, Sam, once again.
Yeah, so happy to be here. Retirees have a lot of concerns. They have a lot of questions as well. So we're going to help them in this last segment clear up a lot of the misconceptions out there.
Absolutely. Right or wrong is the game. And Sam, take it away with our very first statement. We'll see if it's right or wrong here.
All right. First one is for Ford. In 1975, almost 30% of the workforce had pension benefits, but today that number has decreased to 13.5%. Is that right or wrong?
It's absolutely right. It's crazy. It's less than 14% of S&P 500 companies still offer a pension. Also, if anybody is viewing us and watching Retirement Results, the television show here, if they've got a pension, they're trying to figure out whether they should take a lump sum or turn their pension on as they're nearing retirement, I would encourage them to reach out to us so they can get that pension review or that 401k review so we can help them. Believe it or not, they likely can get a 20% or 25% bonus on that pension money if they take the lump sum and put it into a fixed index annuity with us. So it could be a higher income, and also the fixed index annuities we would invest in versus the single premium immediate annuities that they're basically the product underlying corporate pensions. The fixed index annuity is market linked. The SPIA or single premium immediate annuity is not. So the SPIA is really good at paying your money back. The fixed index annuity is really good at giving you an income and also growing your money.
All right, Matt, next one is for you. Is this right or wrong? Medicare will cover any long-term care costs you may need.
Yeah. How I wish it was right, but that one is definitely wrong. And it's a lot, something that a lot of people don't even realize, when they're headed towards retirement, head towards Medicare age, that they don't really realize that Medicare, traditional Medicare, does not cover any sort of long-term care. It'll cover, hospital stays and things like that. But really that is sort of where it ends as far as the length of any stay. Anything over a certain number of days, that's just really a few weeks, is going to not be paid for. So when we're talking long-term care, we're talking spending several months inside some sort of a facility, whether that's a nursing home or other kind of long-term care facility. that's not something that Medicare will pay for. So you need to have a plan for that going into retirement.
Yeah, we've talked about how so many retirees are concerned that a day may come where they're not independent anymore.
Yeah.
And the right long-term care plan can help alleviate some of those concerns.
Totally.
Ford, next one is for you. Is this right or wrong? When you work with a licensed financial advisor who is also a fiduciary, they're obligated to put the client's needs ahead of their own.
Actually, it's 100% right. We are absolutely required by the SEC and FINRA to put the needs of our clients ahead of our own. We take that responsibility very seriously, and we try not to act on anything that would just benefit us. We've got to do what's best for the client. That includes protecting like the income portion of a client's assets to make sure that that income's there throughout the rest of their retirement at a minimum. So we're doing everything we can to try to reduce the fees that our clients are paying, the taxes they'll pay during a 30-plus year retirement, and also help them get a little bit more market efficient and protect some of that hard-earned and hard-saved money so they can enjoy that retirement income they really want to get to spend more time with their family and friends.
All right, Matt, back over to you for this fourth one. Is this right or wrong? A fixed indexed annuity can help protect you from longevity risk by providing an income stream that lasts as long as you live with a benefit that can be passed to beneficiaries.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. As a matter of fact, we talked about longevity risk a little bit earlier on in the show, so I hope you're paying attention at home. Yeah, that is absolutely correct. You know, no matter how long you live, a fixed indexed annuity can provide a stream of income for you. If you're 90, 100, 110, one day we'll be living to 120, maybe not even that far down the road, according to the way things are going, right? So yeah, I mean, that is absolutely correct. And that can give you not only that stream of income in retirement, that can actually give you peace of mind right now, because that takes off the table one of the top concerns of retirees, which is outliving their money.
Yeah, we've actually seen studies that we've read here in the office about people with annuities actually do live marginally longer than people without annuities, and having that peace of mind, something to look forward to, knowing that that next paycheck's coming, really just helps alleviate so much stress for our clients. Ford, we've got one more. Is this right or wrong? Your Social Security benefit will increase every year as long as you live.
Unfortunately, that's not correct. Yes, the Social Security Administration does give you cost of living adjustments, but they don't necessarily give it every single year. The last 2 years, we've seen 8.7% cost of living adjustment in 2022, 2023. We've seen 3.2% cost of living adjustment. They don't necessarily give it each and every year. So be careful there. Don't count on an increase in Social Security Administration each and every year.
Yeah, definitely something to keep in mind, because people sort of, think to rely on that. We've heard about the big COLAs, cost of living adjustments these past couple of years, and think, oh, well, that's got to happen every year. There have been years, as you say, with 0% adjustments there as far as your Social Security cost of living goes. Sam, thank you. Once again, really always appreciate you coming in and sharing some right or wrong with us.
Yeah, happy to be here for all of our viewers and listeners.
Thank you. And once again, as I mentioned at the beginning of this segment, Sam is also a licensed fiduciary financial advisor. Ford, of course, is our chief financial advisor. He is the founder and CEO of Active Wealth Management. I'm Matt McClure. I am also a licensed financial advisor, life and health agents, all of us as well. So we can help you with any and all of your retirement planning needs. All you have to do is just look right there on your screen. There's a QR code. Take out your phone and scan it. And scan for your plan, as we like to say around here. That'll take you directly to our website. You can also call the number on your screen or just go to retirementresults.com. For Ford Stokes and Sam Davis, I'm Matt McClure. We'll see you again next time for more Retirement Results.
Scan the QR code on the screen with your smartphone to visit retirementresults.com/plan.
Ford Stokes and Active Wealth Management are not affiliated with or endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency. Information provided is not intended as tax or legal advice and should not be relied on as such. You're encouraged to seek tax or legal advice from an independent professional. Any comments regarding safe and secure products and guaranteed income streams refer only to fixed insurance products. They do not refer in any way to securities or investment advisory products. Fixed insurance and annuity product guarantees are subject to the claims-paying ability of the issuing company and are not offered by Brookstone. Any bonuses mentioned may be subject to additional restrictions and regulations based on the offering annuity company. You may not receive the bonuses if the contract is fully surrendered or if traditional annuitization payments are taken. And if the policy is partially surrendered, it could result in a partial loss of bonuses. Because these are bonus annuities that may include higher surrender charges, longer surrender charge periods, lower caps, higher spreads, or other restrictions that are not included in similar annuities that don't offer a bonus feature.
Registered investment advisors and investment advisor representatives act as fiduciaries for all of our investment management clients. We have an obligation to act in the best interest of our clients and to make full disclosure of any conflicts of interest, if any exist.